the best team that you've seen. I think I ask you this every single time, but you see so many teams, so I'll ask you again. Which has been the best team that you've seen so far in the 2022 season, Mark?
The best team that I've got a chance to call was the Philadelphia Eagles, because I look at them, especially on the offensive side of the ball, the mastery of the running game, and they can beat you any way you want to be beaten. You know, if you want us to play smash mouth with you, we can beat you playing smash mouth. If you want us to, orchestrate some gap, pin and pull schemes and get to the edge and capture the perimeter, we can do that in the run game. We can do it with our running back. We can do it with our quarterback. Oh, you're going to stack, 15 guys in the box? We'll throw it over the top of your head. We don't care. And when Jalen Hurts is right, and hopefully he's back and he's going to be right, they're a pretty damn good team. The other team I would tell you is the 49ers. Just physically, it's so interesting, Rich, because what they're doing with, a third, not a second-string quarterback, but a third-string quarterback who's a rookie and Mr. Irrelevant is pretty incredible. And that kid, you got to give him a ton of credit because he's got a great aptitude for the game. But physically, they will literally whip your ass on the line of scrimmage, on both lines of scrimmage, and they'll make no bones about it. And, it's so funny as we morph into, hey, it's a new league and it's a new this and it's new that. About 60% of the teams that play this game are using the Mike Shanahan kind of West Coast offense that we ran in the 90s. Now there have been some adjustments and some things of that nature to it. And then you add the quarterback run that wasn't prominent in the 90s and the early 2000s. But that's all morphed out of that. But the bottom line to me is we all get enamored with quarterback play, as we should. It's incredible. And with wide receivers and tight ends and the passing game and all this stuff. But I tell you, when push comes to shove, there is one thing that will never change about football, and that is the team that can dominate both lines of scrimmage is going to win the majority of the games. And you look at Philly, you look at San Francisco, that's what they do, especially for San Francisco on the defensive side. They are legit. They are deep. They rotate. And all their guys can play. Before we return to the Eagles, though, Nick Bosa is the Defensive Player of the Year. Wouldn't you agree? Yes? Yay? Nay? Yeah, he's pretty special. He's pretty unblockable, and he called game in Vegas when he just threw the left tackle right into the lap of Jarrett Stidham, caused the interception in overtime. Yeah. I mean, he did that. He is that way. And the other thing is he's up and down like the great ones, like Reggie White, like J.J. Watt, who announced his retirement. I've never seen J.J. Watt's equal, and I played against Reggie White, when it comes to moving up and down the line of scrimmage and equally dispensing justice regardless who he's over. Most guys have a favorite side. They're better at the left defensive end than they are the right defensive end, or the left defensive tackle they are the right defensive tackle. He'll line up on anybody, and he's equally as good, ambidextrous when it comes to pass rushing. So I've never seen his equal. And Nick Bosa has some of that in him as well, up and down the line of scrimmage, figuring out where the best matchup is. My guys have enjoyed your use of dispensing justice. Equally dispensing justice might be our fantasy football team. That could be a good fantasy football team. That's really nice. Or a great album, album name, Equally Dispensing Justice. That was Metallica for sure. What do you think, Mark? What do you think? You're providing us I love it. Lots of material here. And then about the Eagles, I'm concerned about Lane Johnson being down, the groin injury. I don't know when he's coming back, but they're different. It affects everything, right? The run game, the protection, everything for them. That guy. Yeah. Especially, it's so funny because back in my time, this is one of the ways the kind of the quote unquote evolution of football. Right. So back in my day, the right tackle was this, it was the John Runyon types, right? Just come off the ball and beat you up and, physically have a street fight. The left tackle had to be the athletic or nimble guy. Mm-hmm. And then with the evolution of the open formation where the tight ends no longer lined up on the end of the line of scrimmage, now we open everything up. Now both tackles have got to be supremely gifted athletes. And Lane Johnson's one of not only the best players, but one of the best athletes in football. And yet you're 100% right. With that guy being down, it completely affects what you're doing. So most of the time for the Eagles, if there's a weak side of the line of scrimmage, it's probably with Mailata and Dickerson, although Dickerson's a Pro Bowl player. He's great, don't get me wrong, but they're going to turn protection toward that left tackle, and they're going to leave Lane Johnson on an island. You can't do that right now. So all of a sudden, one guy being gone, one guy being down, opens up two edges, and that's a difficulty.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.